Hey, what's up, Facebook? How y'all doing? I'm getting ready to do the shout out. Just waiting for my alarm clock to go off. I got the alarm clock set so I know when I start and give me an idea of how much time I'm talking because I'm trying to learn how not to talk so much.
It's 7:10 p.m.
Hello! West Alameda! It's after 7 o'clock. Time to give a shout out. Thank you to all the frontline essential workers, to the doctors, the nurses, first responders, firemen, the longshoremen, bus drivers, truck drivers, farm workers, those who work in the stores, the restaurants, and the hotels, the parents and the teachers, the counselors. So if you can hear my voice, would you please clap your hands, honk your horns, shout, make some noise! Hey, what's up, Paulette? How's everybody doing? So it look like you and me the only ones up here, but it's all good. And like I said, I don't care if don't nobody else want to. I'm not gonna say that because there have been times when people have got on here and shouted and clapped their hands and honked the horn. So I'm not mad at nobody. It was a beautiful day today. Let me turn this around. Okay. So what's going on? Anyway, today is day 331. February 25th, 2021. You guys already know today's the 25th, but I don't know. I guess because I got it written on the board, I might as well say what it is. And as of 6:30 p.m., those who have died from coronavirus all over the world, 2,521,323. Here in the United States, 520,785. And this is the information I get off of YouTube. Okay, so that's what I have. And as always, I ask everybody to please keep in your prayers and keep in your thoughts all those who have died from coronavirus all over the world and here in the States. And also those who have tested positive for COVID-19, those who are in the hospital for COVID and for other things that don't have anything to do with COVID, whether it's mental, emotional, physical illness, whatever the case may be. Keep them in your prayers and thoughts. And say their names: Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Aiyana Jones, 7 years old, Francisco Serna, 73 years old, Patrick Warren Sr., 53 years old, Kwang Chung Kao, 33 years old, Sean Bell. The list goes on. One of the things that's been happening is the whole thing about qualified immunity. What we've seen in the past is that police hardly ever get charged. And so there's this thing, it's called police It's called police impunity, or the actual thing is qualified immunity. And I want you to see what this is all about, because I think it's important. This is why the cops never get charged.
Reveal. The officers used a battering ram to enter the wrong house.
Something went off like a bomb in my house.
Used flashbang grenades. Handcuffed the wrong man in the wrong house.
Slip your hands! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
And their get out of jail free card is I'm sorry and qualified immunity.
That badge is a get out of jail free card.
Turn around!
No.
Turn around!
A couple arrested after calling 911 to report a stolen car.
It was just a nightmare from there on.
Why did a judge say the detective who put them behind bars could not be held responsible?
I was arrested because I think I smoked marijuana.
And the innocent people arrested for driving stoned when their blood tests came back clean.
Something I have to carry for the rest of my life.
Tonight, a special edition of The Reveal, Qualified Immunity, Police Impunity.
Qualified immunity, police impunity. That says a lot. So the nice thing about this, y'all, it ain't something like it's just black. Every time you look around, it's always, it seems like I'm only showing like what's happening to our people. But the thing with this qualified immunity, police impunity, it affects white people too. So let's continue. Come on now.
From our Midtown studios in Atlanta, The Reveal begins now with our multi-Emmy and National Mural Award-winning team of investigators.
Welcome to The Reveal. I'm Chief Investigator Brendan Keith. How do you hold the powerful accountable when they're immune from lawsuits? Right now, the police could kick down your door on a no-knock warrant for someone else's address. Officers could jail you for auto theft or driving stoned, even if you're completely innocent. And as you'll see over the next half hour, there's quite literally nothing that can be done to stop them from doing it again and again, because agents of the government are entitled to a special privilege that's not available to any other citizens accused of breaking the law. It's called qualified immunity.
All right, we're out. Go, 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 go. We're moving.
I'm following you, Andy. Go, go, go.
The Henry County SWAT team locked and loaded.
Wait for the bang.
Great.
They've got a no-knock warrant for an accused drug dealer.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
I got this.
8 body cameras were rolling in 2018 as the heavily armed deputies searched for their target in McDonough.
Sheriff's officer!
Something went off like a bomb in my house. I thought something was loaded up in the house.
Sheriff's officer! Kick office!
Got that hallway, it was all over me.
Slip your hands! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
I said, what's going on? He says, no, you get down, get down.
Slip your hands! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground!
Grabbed my arm, twisted behind my back, and handcuffed me.
Put your hands out in front of you, sir. Put your hands out in front of you.
79-year-old Henri Norris was not the target. Deputies had the wrong man and the wrong house.
Sheriff's office, search warrant!
I can't even imagine what he went through. I mean, like the Breonna Taylor situation. She's dead and gone. There's nothing that can be done to bring her back. And how many Breonna Taylors have to die? How many of my grandfather's houses have to be broke into? I mean, and that's how I feel like you're broke into his house because you had no authority. You had no reason to be there before we get change. I mean, a change has to happen and needs to happen because more people are gonna die.
Geronimo!
If you're not safe in your own home from the government, when you've done nothing wrong, where are you safe?
Clearly nowhere. It's really sad, and it hurts even more because my grandfather has never been in any trouble with the police. he's never even had a ticket.
Henri was watching television in the McDonough home he's owned for 50 years. The no-knock search warrant was for the house next door through the woods. So how did deputies end up hitting a house with a different color, a separate driveway, its own mailbox, and another address?
Missed it.
We just got
Missed it.
First, the tactical team got lost following instructions from a GPS app on a phone. Then, as soon as they got to the correct address, deputies were immediately confused.
Mabel, this is all about
Where's the house? I don't know if it's that house right
this
there.
is all about qualified.
They walked right past the target house without
This is about
clearing
qualified
it,
immunity. How
and
cops
headed through the
kill
tree
people
line
and
to
do
the
things
next
and get away
house on
with
the
it.
street. Even then, deputies were unsure.
This house? This house?
Looking back and forth at the two houses, it was too late. The entry team was already forcing its way into Henri's home.
That just like scared me to death. I already had heart trouble. I had heart surgery.
You got heart trouble. You got what? Heart trouble. All right, you got heart trouble right now?
Yeah, I could have died. So I could have had a heart attack.
When they finally realized they'd hit the wrong house, deputies turned their cameras off one by one.
Yeah, a pizza delivery man could have delivered a pizza to the correct address.
Daryl Scott is Henri's attorney. He sued Henry County's tactical commander, but a federal judge dismissed the case because police officers are entitled to qualified immunity.
That's what happens in the majority of cases. The cases are dismissed and officers are granted qualified immunity, even when there's a constitutional violation.
Search warrant!
What is qualified immunity?
Qualified immunity is a doctrine that allows law enforcement officers and other officers to avoid accountability when they violate a citizen's constitutional rights.
Judges created qualified immunity to protect individual officers from liability, unless victims can show the officers violated rights that are clearly established.
Shouldn't every officer know you don't knock down a door at the wrong house? Shouldn't every officer know you don't go handcuffing people who aren't the targets of your investigation? Shouldn't every officer know you don't throw a flashbang grenade into the wrong house?
Yeah, I think that's clearly established. That should be obvious for any law enforcement officer. That's obvious for untrained citizens.
The officer has used a battering ram to enter the wrong house, used flashbang grenades, handcuffed the wrong man in the wrong house, and their get out of jail free card is I'm sorry and qualified immunity. Does I'm sorry cut it?
No, sorry, it does not cut it. It just
Sorry, don't cut it.
That badge is a get out of jail. If I have a badge, I can say I'm sorry, and I have no accountability.
The government has given officers
Mabel, I think this is in the South somewhere.
in the community and
I'm not sure where,
they feel
but
like they
it's
have
a
the right
southern
to do
state.
that with no consequence.
As a screening mechanism for frivolous lawsuits, and what it's morphed into is almost absolute immunity for law enforcement officers.
If they're able to get away with this and not be held accountable, what's the danger then?
But they're going to just keep on doing it. They probably go into somebody's wrong house, somebody's going to get hurt.
Breonna Taylor
Henri
got
hasn't
killed.
seen a penny in restitution, but his attorney, Daryl Scott, has filed an appeal with the 11th Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals, where he's already won a reversal in a similar case of qualified immunity.
Turn around.
No.
Turn around!
Next, the case of the car, the cop, and the couple, jailed for stealing a car they bought fair and square.
They shackled us like we were criminals.
And how qualified immunity led to a promotion for the detective who falsely arrested them.
Okay, so that was part one. And part two, the other part that I want to get onto will be about the white couple. As you can see, what happened to the black man, 79 years old, ain't never been arrested in his life, ain't even got a parking ticket. Not even a parking ticket, not even a moving violation in 79 years. And so this happened it happened last year. Okay? Oh, Mabel, this is on YouTube. This is on YouTube. You go to YouTube and type in qualified immunity, and the program is called The Reveal. Okay, so let me put that back on for you so you can see. It's called The Reveal Qualified Immunity, Police Impunity. Okay, so I just want to talk about that whole thing, and that's like about 20 minutes long, and I didn't want to stay on it like that, but basically the white couple, they're like those people that go buy, the ones that go buy stuff out of storage. So they had bought a car out of storage and got that's what they did. You know how they do that. They even have TV shows about it. They went and bought the car, and come to find out the car was stolen. But they had took the car home. So what they did was they went and called the police. You could tell these are good, law-abiding, white American citizens. And that's a good thing, because they didn't want to get in no trouble. So they called the police and say, look, we paid $1,500 for this storage. And it just came back that it was, it was stolen. So they turned the car in. And then what they did was they found out, maybe it's called The Reveal, Qualified Immunity, Police Impunity. And so then the couple found out that nobody claimed it. So basically the car was theirs, and they went back to pick it up. And then the police turned around and came back and took it from them again. So the couple, like I said, these are like them law-abiding, probably Trump supporters. I don't know, but just the way they sound like they are. And so they went back to the police and tried to get it, and they didn't want to give it to them. So they went to this group here called Reveal, which I think is something like 7 on Your Side out here in the Bay Area. So they went to them, and these people went over there and do what 7 on Your Side does. The cops got mad, and they went and arrested the white couple, and took them to jail, all this other kind of stuff. And you can tell them white folks ain't never been in jail in their life. They don't know nothing about that. Just like the black man, 79 years old. Anyway, the long story short was, they had to go to court. In their case, they actually beat the cop actually lost. So that was one of those cases like that. But anyway, qualified immunity. I think that's something we should really concentrate on trying to get rid of. Because what happens is the police are allowed to get away with killing our people, killing anybody, actually. They also had a case where this guy was in Texas running around and took half the black population in the town and accused them of selling drugs and stuff without no evidence, no corroborating witnesses or anything. End up getting the medal, even though 4 of the cases was reversed by the court and everything. But these people all, finally a judge ended up just dropping everybody's case. But the cop is still out. Again, qualified immunity. They don't have to worry about consequences or anything. Evidently, this law was passed so that cops would not have to worry about if they made a mistake and then they get sued and then they end up losing their house, and so that they wouldn't be treated like regular, ordinary citizens who do something wrong. So now they get to do everything wrong and they never held accountable. The whole thing with how they just break in your house, damage everything, do everything. They showed a young white guy out in same town where Jacob Blake got shot in the back 7 times, same town. And the white dude got beat up, and they were trying to say that, he had robbed somebody, and and he couldn't sue, even though they beat him and he was innocent. So white people are innocent. I mean, and you guys have heard me say, I want white people to be treated the same way they treat blacks. I want blacks to be treated the same way they treat whites. But these are cases where white people actually got beat up and got arrested. And same thing. The only difference, and the white guy that got beat up, his lawyer told him, he said, you're lucky that you're white, because if you had been black, you'd have been dead. And this is what the white lawyer told the white man who had gotten beaten up. So a lot of people run around talking about defund the police. I think it would be better for us to say abolish quality immunity, AQI, or beat down quality immunity, BQI, CQI, castrate police immunity. No, they might say we're trying to say something. DQI, destroy, deregulate, okay? EQI, eliminate qualified immunity. And my favorite is FQI. Okay, I know what y'all thinking I'm going to say, FQI. Forget qualified immunity. Okay, yeah. But anyway, whatever acronyms, letters we want to use, I love destroy. DQI, that's a good one. DQI. But, the whole thing is we got to get rid of it. I mean, or at least revise it or do something to it where they're not automatically given a get out of jail card, get out of jail free card. This. So I encourage everyone to look at YouTube. It's called The Reveal, Qualified Immunity, Police Impunity. It's about 20 minutes long, and and I like it because it just doesn't show, it don't show just black people getting beat up. It don't just show black people getting their homes broken into and black people being arrested for DUI or driving while high, because it's white people too. I don't want to see anybody go to jail. I don't want to see anybody be wrongfully arrested. But let's be honest. When white folks are being attacked and white folks are going to jail, there's more validity attached to it. There's more like, well, if it happened to white people, it must really be wrong. At least that's, It's kind of like the whole war on drug thing. Y'all remember about the war on drug? It's kind of like, as long as it was black people was going to jail, they wasn't tripping. But then when they start taking all these rich white boys and taking all the celebrities for doing drugs, then it became a problem. Or another one would actually be, a better example would be the Vietnam War. Blacks, Puerto Ricans, and poor whites were the ones being drafted to go fight in the war. And nobody would, it was like, everybody was like, yeah, kill a dirty communist. Kill all of the gooks. That's what they call Vietnamese. Kill them all. But then, when they got rid of the deferments and all them college white boys had to get drafted and go to jail or go to Vietnam. And then the white boys said, no, some of them were like, no, they took off and went to Canada and stuff, and then a lot of whites became, became activists because this was now something that was affecting them. So that's what I'm trying to say. When things begin to affect the whites, the white people, the good white people, and the sons and the daughters of the good white people, then it becomes a whole different story. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It becomes a whole different story. So this is what I'm saying, because these are white people in this program who are like the white couple. I just from their accent, and I don't know, because I'm being prejudiced, I'm being biased, not against their race, but their accent sounds like they're Trump supporters, and I could totally be wrong, but the whole thing was they were totally flabbergasted that they actually went to jail, and they didn't do anything. Actually, all they did was call the police and report the fact that the car that they had legally bought from storage was listed as stolen, and so they did the right thing. The cold part about that whole story was that at the end, the cops came back and took the car, and then when they had a chance to go try and get it, then they end up selling the car, the police. So they was out all this money. They wasn't able to sue nobody, but the cop that was responsible, and the reason that cop even busted them was because he was mad. You can't hear me? Oh, I'm sorry, Mabel. The reason the cop was mad was because they went to 7 on your side, or to the Reveal program. So anyway, well, Mabel, I'm sorry you can't hear me. Anybody else having that problem? Can't hear me? I guess I should hurry up and get off of this. All right, so, okay, I don't know what happened. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, look at it, and I'll talk about qualified immunity again tomorrow. And I'll do the part 2 with the white couple and with the white people, with the blacks and the whites who were pulled over by the police and given ticket and taken to jail. Okay? So anyway, I'm trying to make this quick. Mabuhay, Amandla, Hokahe, Ashe, Que viva, mahalo, namaste, shalom, assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam, Wakanda forever. Hey, Mabel, the grandbabies, they're not with me tonight. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Hit or miss. Sometimes I got them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I got my grandbabies, sometimes I don't. All right, so DQI, destroy qualified immunity. ABI, abolish qualified immunity, whatever. Okay? Yes, Mabel, this is a break. But I love my grandbabies. I miss them. Anyway, I went out today, another beautiful day. I wore my mask. Actually, I wore a mask with my matching mask for San Francisco Giants. Yes, Mabel, if God let me wake up, I will see you tomorrow. All right? Hey, y'all, I'm up out of here. Stay safe, stay strong. I know this is kind of long, but I'm trying to keep it down as much as possible. All right. Peace.